This evening is April the 19th, 2019, Friday, the time being 6:59 p.m. here in Charleston, Missouri, in my driveway, enjoying my peace and making my YouTube. What I want to say tonight is it takes a village to raise a child. When I grew up in Chicago, Illinois, in Cabrini Green, it was considered the most notorious housing projects in the country. But one thing we had in that, what other people didn't know, inside of there, we had what we call a village. You see, the village was our parents. If I'm on another side of town clowning, in them villages, the other parents had the right to whoop my behind, bring me back home, and my parents was gonna whoop me again. Now, when you get to the point where some of the individuals get tough and want to try to disrespect the parents, the leaders of the village, they had some teenagers that can deal with any force that tried to disrespect the elders. It just wasn't going for it. They wasn't going for it. When I first moved down here in Charleston, Missouri in 1996, when my grandmother was alive, may she rest in peace, the people that she surrounded herself with, the elders, male and females, they was control of the village. You still have some left now, but some of the villages leaders done let some of the individuals get out of control. Anytime you have individuals that come around and disrespect their elders, then the village is out of control. You see, when I grew up in Cabrini Green, I lived on the west side of Chicago and the south side, it was the same thing. Even though it was notorious areas, but the one thing we had a village where we controlled it. You rarely, if any time, have to call the police because we govern it. It ain't got out of control here in Charleston, Missouri. You see, you have one of these individuals, his mind is so gone that he let two individuals control what he do, put a wig on his head, and he had the nerve to say that he grew up with me. Now, I was born in 1958. Tell me, how could he have grown up with me when he was born around 1973 or 77? Tell me how he can be born, he grew up with me when the fact that I grew up in Chicago and he grew up in here and most of his time was in and out of jail. How could he even grow up with me? But this was my point is, you got to stop letting people take over y'all villages. Get back control of your villages. You got corrupted police on the Charleston, Missouri Police Department. Not all, some. But you got a chief and a captain and a sergeant that's not doing their job. When they not doing their job, it's gonna be harder. And I don't blame the white folks for not wanting certain people over in their neighborhood, because I don't want some over here where I'm at, because all the trouble, they come from another side of the area. They come by your house. But see, I'm dealing with it, and I'm trying to give y'all knowledge and wisdom. Take control over your neighborhoods. Get your village leaders back intact. Stop chasing after this government grant money, because that's what took the villages down. You see, the government was giving out blocks of cheese when I was coming up and paper food stamps, but the village didn't allow that government cheese and them food stamps to stop us from governing our neighborhoods. I'm gonna leave now, but I want to just tell you, as soon as I get through with my legal things, me and my two daughters and daddy, even though they wanted to stay here, we gonna go, because that's no villages. Not in the black neighborhood. But they got some good people in the black neighborhood, don't get me wrong. But if you keep letting it get out of control, kids gonna get killed, because these bullies and cowards is using kids and women to try to trigger off somebody. Everybody ain't gonna be nice about it. You go in the white people neighborhood crawling in them bushes or going on their property, they ain't gonna look out and see. They gonna shoot and ask questions later. Wake up, Charleston, Missouri. It's some good people here. Get back control of your black neighborhoods. Get these corrupted police and senators and representatives out of office. Stop following these people just because they got government grant money and giving you a few dollars. When they clock out, it's no more governing your kids. Peace be still.